Drake just updated his 100 gigs leak website and gave us 3 new tracks. Is this something he's doing regularly now? What is he planning with this? Today we'll talk about that, so let's jump straight into this. If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip-hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description. Real quick, if you don't want to listen to this, make sure to skip 10 seconds into the future, but you can now sign up for my free newsletter with the first link in the description. It comes every Sunday and recaps everything that's been happening in hip-hop, so make sure to do that. So y'all remember the 100gigs.com leak website from Drake that we've gotten those 3 new tracks from that were pretty good and that people thought were pretty interesting. We've also gotten this huge amount of behind the scenes over the past, basically the past 15 years over all of his career, which has been very interesting. It was just really weird why he was doing this. Was he trying to kind of start a rollout? Was he trying to go another route because he was scared to drop official songs because of Kendrick? No, we have an update for this. Now, this all started on his Plot Twist Finsta account that also first shared the 100gigs.com website. This time we had 3 new tracks posted to Instagram, which people were really wondering about because this was the same situation as we've had last time. They're called No Face, SOD, and Circadian Rhythm, but we'll talk about them in a second too. One thing that I do want to mention is a lot of people are pointing out that artists are now seeming to do that. Kanye did it with Sensory Overload. Playboi Carti infamously dropped entire music videos and songs just on Instagram Reels, and Drake seems to be continuing this trend with the Plot Twist Finsta account and his 100 Gigs Leaks website. So let's see if this pattern continues. I don't know how to feel about it. I like music as re-releases, to be honest. But then he also added to his story that maybe a 2.0 version of the 100gigs.com website might be real, and that is actually the case. As you can see right here, this is the updated version. You can tell by the 2.0 in front of the folder that those are the new ones, and at the bottom where you can see SOTA, so the studio that he's at, that is when the original part of the website of the leaks and behind the scenes started, and then it just continues down from there. But the 2.0 are new materials, and you can see that also in the first folder, new, we have the OG3 track, so It's Up, Blue, Green, Red, and Housekeeping Knows Mulatto. And now we have 3 new ones, No Face, SOD, and Circadian Rhythm. Now, No Face is again the more hard-hitting one of all the 3, kind of like It's Up was for the original 3. SOD is the leak that we thought was going to be with Lil Yachty's Super Soaker, but I'm happy that we finally have it. It's just weird that it also came in this way. And the third one, Circadian Rhythm, is like a mix of like a hard-going track, but a little bit slower in tempo. Honestly, I could say my favorite probably of all the 3, even though No Face is also pretty dope. I never liked SOD that much for some reason. Also, Lil Yachty not being on there, them unfollowing each other on Instagram. They don't seem to be on good terms by now, and Yachty's kind of like getting kicked out of that Drake circle. But we can really tell. I just wanted to add that. Now, what's also interesting is if you take a look at the other stuff that is at the bottom, you can tell that we have stuff like him recording Trophies. We have him with the Migos in the studio. So all stuff that is, again, a throwback, just like the first couple of folders were. So, throwback stuff to the recording of Take Care or Nothing Was the Same, or, being on tour, having listening parties for his new album. But the songs that we got all seem to be pretty modern. I mean, they sound like modern Drake with Yachty and Lotto. So it's not like those are leftover songs from years ago, grails that maybe like a Travis Scott is now putting on that digital deluxe of Days Before Rodeo. These are all new tracks, which makes it really interesting. Like, what is his strategy behind this? We do still have that Summer Vibes coming up next thing, but if he's just dropping 3-pack songs every 2 weeks on his own website, at some point we don't need an album anymore. And we know that the first 100 gigs songs, so It's Up, Blue, Green, Red, and Housekeeping Knows, they ended up dropping as a little EP or just a collection of 3 songs on digital streaming platforms. Even though they got taken down again, there was some trouble with it. So we can expect these to also go live. but they don't really feel like single releases. They just feel like he's putting out leaks and then they also end up on streaming, but it's not like that's the single that he wants to really roll out. And you know, we had this rumor of an album dropping this summer. Summer is not that long anymore, and we also know that there's possibly a collaborative album with PND dropping this fall. So we can't really tell where this all fits in, or if this is just leftover songs that he's had from recording sessions that are now just gradually coming to see the light of day. We don't know what he's planning with this, but it is pretty weird because Drake was never someone that had a Finsta and just posted songs like this. Now, is it because he's scared of Kendrick? I'm really not sure. It was a pretty weird move to not officially release those original songs. At this point, he could just run with it and release more songs on this 100 Gigs website without anyone, you know, kind of questioning it because it's now established. But originally, it was pretty weird that he didn't just drop them if he then ended up dropping them on streaming, because this way, as I said in the other video that I made on this way, it seems like he puts them out as leaks on his Finsta, on Instagram, also on the website, and if they then come to streaming, they're not regarded and picked apart and analyzed like a new single would, which makes it, you know, more difficult to attack that song or to kind of dissect it into a way where we could interpret like a Kendrick diss or something. So I think this is the safe route that Drake decides to go by releasing them first on this website and then putting them on streaming, so they're not regarded as a real single, which is, you know, the safer route, but also you could argue kind of like just the easier route, the easier way out. So I'm really not sure how to feel about it. We have to wait and see what Drake decides, you know, where he wants to keep going with this. I do think that, you know, there is a solo album coming at some point. I don't see it dropping in summer anymore. And whatever that P&D album is, that is even more mysterious. And right now, Drake is just stepping in this unknown territory that nobody knows how to deal with it. And that's a really weird situation for Drake, because he's never been somebody that was in this situation before. Having lost the beef, we were expecting a comeback album for him to prove that he is still that great of an artist. And now he's just dropping these tracks on a leak website. It's a pretty weird situation we're in as Drake fans right now, but we'll have to see how it all plays out. We have a 2.0 version on 100gigs.com or .org, I believe. You can go check it out right now. Just kind of like scroll through all the material. There are some gems in there, like some funny clips, as I said, listening parties, recording sessions, you know, him imitating the Migos ad-libs, which was a funny part too. But you can kind of click through it. It's nothing world-changing, but it's a little nice bonus for the fans. But let me know all your thoughts on the next Drake album, on the P&D album, on the 3 songs he now dropped in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.